haven't found anything. I haven't found him yet. Still searching. No sign of Stark yet. Hey, Magic 8 Ball. If I have my friend shake you up, can he tell us our future? What? What are you talking about? He's talking about me. Oh! Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we are going to be taking a look at Marvel Legends series Iron Man Mark III, Marvel Studio Infinity Saga. So, before we get into taking a look at this guy comes with some accessories. So let's take a look at those accessories right now, and then let's get into this figure. So this is the newest Marvel Studios, Marvel Legends, you know, the movie version of Iron Man. Instead of the cartoony version or the comic book version, this is the movie version. So I guess they're going to be coming out with like Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, you know, everybody that's been in the whole Infinite Saga, so to speak. So this is Iron Man in his Mark III. So let's get on with this review. Let's take a look at some of the accessories. So he comes with two of his hovering hands or arc reactor blasting hands, as you can see, and they have, you know, the armor points up, so when you plug them in they don't get in the way. If I can get the camera to focus, that would be great. The nice thing about these is that they did actually do the finger joints, and I can't get this camera to focus for anything today, so I do apologize about this because I'm trying to get the focus in so you can actually you guys can actually get a good look. So you have two of these. They're both the same. There we go. Finally. So as you can see right there in the hand, you can actually see the individual joints on the fingers. That's cool. And then you have, you know, the Ark Blast right here in the middle of the hand. I can't think of the name. The propulsion, you know, he uses it to fly. He uses it to shoot his Ark Blasts out of. Then he comes with, if you remember when he was in his battle with Obadiah Stane, this is the actual shield. And I'll show you where this plugs in. As you see, it has a little stem right there to plug in. And then you have, this was in the very beginning of the movie, not the very beginning, but in the movie, I think when he shot the missile at the tank, which is pretty cool because the missile fired off and it kind of bounced off the tank and it just kind of delayed and exploded. And then he kind of just, you know, started walking after he did his superhero landing. So this is cool. This plugs in the same place where the shield plugs in. And then of course, as you can see, as everything falls down in the back, as you can see, he comes with his Iron Man helmet. And this sculpt is very, very well done. The paint detail on it is very nice. The detail in the back here is very, very nice. You can actually see parts of, you know, the suit, like in the movie. That's like when it opens up, it's like, you know, right there on the side of his cheek. I don't know if that's like for, you know, air to come in or to cool him off, whichever. But then you can see right here where the actual faceplate slides up. If I can get the focus, there we go. The gold paint on this is very, very well done. It's not sloppy. And as you can see, it's just molded red plastic, the rest of it. And you can see right here the little slides where the faceplate slides up. So let's get on to the figure. As you can see, he has the set of hands that he comes with. They are two fist hands. Then you have his alternate head, which is his sorry, his Tony Stark face or Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt, which is very, very nicely done as well, which is cool. You know, face plates up, you can see his face in there. And once again, the paint, very, very well done on this figure. And once again, it's all molded plastic, or red plastic, I should say. Anyway, going on with the paint detail, you have the gold on the bicep, a little gold on the forearm here. His arc reactor, I like the way they did this here. It actually looks like it's lit up. It's actually glowing, which is really neat. And then, you know, so this is the, you know, from the original Iron Man movie. And then you have his shoulder pads here, which this is soft plastic, so it moves out of the way, so it doesn't hinder any movement, which we'll get into. And then you have more gold on the thighs, which is nice. A little bit on the sides of the knees. And then the rest is just the red. And it goes around too. So on the back here, you have on the back of the thigh, you have the gold. And it's a nice, they did a great job painting this guy, I have to say. Right here on the back of the arm by the elbow, you have the gold, the back plates on his armor, the gold. Very nicely done. Very well done. And I have to say, as far as his faceplate on him, you know, with it slid up, like I was showing on the alternate head where it can slide up, the eyes, you know, no, the paint's not all slopped. At least not on mine, it's not slopped. So this is just very well done. Very, very well done. And that Robert Downey Jr. head for a Legends figure, it's awesome. It's awesome. Now, I did my review. If you go and you look, I did my review on the SH Figure Arts Iron Man. And if you actually look at that head sculpt, it looks exactly like Robert Downey Jr., just like this one does here. So very, very nicely done. So let's get into some articulation with this guy. And then that way we can move on with the review. So for his head, he has some head tilt, which is quite, I wish I could get this damn thing to focus, sorry. So he has his head tilt, which is not too bad, not too shabby, right? And then you have, he can look up that far, he can look down this far, which is not bad, looking down-wise. You know, it actually gives him you know, a good look. And looking up, you know, that's good too. He's on a ball peg inside here, which is, it's not on a dumbbell joint. I know that because of the fact that it's just a ball peg in there on the neck, and then it just swivels, you know, up forward and stuff. His head turns right to left. His arms can go all the way out. And once again, like I said, this here is soft plastic, this armor right here, the shoulder armor. So you can actually turn his arm all the way around. It does not get in the way. Does he have a butterfly hinge in there? No, he does not. So it's just a simple hinge in there, or ball peg, I should say, inside the arm. There's no shoulder hinge in there whatsoever, or butterfly joint, I should say. And it's cool where this armor right here kind of meets the front armor. You know, the red armor, and I didn't get into a lot of this detail, and I apologize, which I'll go over real quick. They did a great job with the actual, you know, plating where everything is, you know, for, you know, the chest, the abdomen, all the way down to, you know, the crotch pieces, and then and on the legs, each individual plate. And then, you know, I'll go over a few things. It's cool here. You can actually see, you know, all this detail that's in here. With these figures, I have to say, well, at least with this one, Hasbro did a great job with it. Which I will get into the cons on this guy here in a little bit. And then you can see this detail in the neck from the armor, which is really, really nice. Really nicely done. The armor going up around the neck. And like I said, right here is that armor, like when the face plate is closed, this stays out. You know, this goes over this right here on the side of his face. Cushion, insulation, vents, whatever it is, maybe speakers for when he talks, I don't know. Each individual plate right here in the back, which these moved from when he was flying. Same thing, you know, I think rockets or flares, I think he shot out. And all the armor going down his spine. And then, you know, his boots. I mean, very well done. Very, very well done with all the detail, I have to say. I mean, all the way down to this little piece right here on the boot, which is really, really nice. All right, so back to the articulation, which I apologize, I was kind of a little bit all over the place with that. But yeah, this guy here, I mean, you're not going to get him into any real dynamic poses. And it's cool the way that the elbow armor right here kind of hides the pins for the double jointed arms. So his arm can almost touch his shoulder, which is nice. He has a wrist swivel. He has, you know, this is supposed to have a wrist bend, but he really kind of doesn't. It's really kind of stiff. I mean, it does a little bit, but not much. So that's, you know, and we'll get into a little bit more of that later on. So he can crunch forward this far. He can crunch back this far. Can he do the splits? Not about that far. I think he has a drop down method in here. Yeah, his legs do drop down, so you can actually get him out a little bit further to get him into some poses. I mean, like aerial poses, like flying poses. Once again, where the pin would be, there's no pin here, and this here actually kind of hides that, you know, because it's supposed to be part of the armor. You can still see the pin in there. But that's his double jointed knee, which he can come up and pretty much make it all the way to his backside with it. And then he has a front rocker, very slight, very, very slight. His foot can only go up that far. And as far as the rocker side to side, it's very slight too, because the armor here stops it. All right, so, you know, this guy here is, you know, he's cool. I like him. If you don't have an Iron Man on your shelf that is worthy of, you know, this would be this is the best Iron Man you can get out there as of right now. I mean, from the faceplate being up, the alternate head, which I'll put on him in a second, along with the alternate hands, and I didn't forget about showing his armor, the other little add-ons either. This guy here, as far as having a movie Iron Man on your shelf, if you don't have the money to pay for like a Mafex or an SH Figure Arts, because they can be a little bit expensive, this guy for the price point is fabulous. I mean, fabulous. As far as standing on your shelf, maybe put him in a slightly little tiny flying pose. As far as getting him in a dynamic pose, like the superhero landing and stuff like that, it's not going to happen. So really quick, let me just do the alternate head. Just pop off his head and then take it on that dumbbell joint. Come on. And I haven't done this yet, so, oh my, hold on a second. My apologies, everyone. My apologies. Just trying to get that. There we go. Woo. All right, so there he is with his Iron Man head on. Well, with the helmet closed, I should say. And as you can see, it's beautiful, beautiful. And he can look down, and he can look up. So, you know, in a flying pose, that's as far as he can look. So if you want him flying, that's how he's going to look. He's not going to be looking up as much as he can look down. Like if you had him flying, you could have him flying like this, and he could be looking down at somebody. And like I said before, I love the way that arc reactor looks right here in his chest. It just looks like it's constantly just lit up, glowing with power. So let's pop out his hands here. Everything is just giving me a hard time today. Make sure I grab the right hands. So you just take the hand and pop it on. Pull out his other hand. And they're in there tightly. They really are. But you know what? That's good because you don't want them falling out. And just kind of pop them on. And there you go. So let's see. Let's see what we can do here. So here we have now Iron Man Tony Stark, whatever, in his I'm hovering type of pose. So you could have him hovering like this. And yeah, I'm holding him because I don't have anything to really kind of put him on to have him hovering, but here you go. Well, that's cool, you know, to have him on your shelf like that, or, you know, flying. There's a pose there. You want him blasting, you know, he can, let's kind of like give him a little bit of a pose here. There you go. I mean, I know it's a little generic pose. I'm just trying to show off a little bit of the little detail that you can do there. Detail. A little bit of the posing that you can do with this guy, because you're not really going to get, like I said, dynamic poses out of this guy because of that reason, because there's certain reasons why. And I'm going to go over them here in a second. So on the other hand, let's pop this off. Put his... Let's just put his fist back on. So right here on this form, it's only this form here, so you can take off this piece, this armor piece. As you can see, they did the detail. Oh my word, it's all blurry. You can see the detail right there in that forearm. And then you take his shield. Like I said, when he was going up against Obadiah Stane, if I can find the right spot to plug it in at, I get it in. All right, so then, you know, there's his shield that he had. It opens up. See, this side doesn't come off. Oop, I'm off camera, sorry. This side doesn't come off. This side stays on there, it's just molded plastic. This is the side that comes up, and then it gives you his shield right there. So that's cool, pop it off. And then you take the missiles. And of course, there you have Iron Man with his missiles. Get it straightened out on his arm a little bit. You know, just kind of bend his, you know, that little bit that you can bend it down. But anyway, and there you go. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Sorry about the blurriness. I have no idea what's going on there. Can I get this phone to focus? And there he is. You can have him hovering, shooting his missiles off, and everything is cool. So I did forget to say he does have his upper thigh swivel. I'm sorry, I did miss a bunch of articulation, you know. And then he does have a upper bicep swivel. All right, so now that we've gone over all of his articulation, let me just pop this piece back on. Let's go over the pros and the cons of this guy here. So, do I like... Let's get this other hand off, sorry. Sorry about off camera, guys. All right, so do I like this guy? Like I said, he's cool to put on a shelf and leave there. If you could put him in a hovering mode, that's great. The thing I don't like that they didn't do is they gave him this upper swivel. So he's on a double ball peg hinge in here, I do believe. So you can hunch him back and get him like this in a pose. You know, the back of the helmet hits. If it, you know, if he was able to get a little bit more deeper, he could get his head looking straight out, but it doesn't. So, but anyway, you know, this is great right here. But here's the problem: there's no lower torso swivel for this guy. He's just stuck right here. So you can't turn him at the waist. You can only turn him at the top. And yes, you have the drop down legs, and yeah, that helps a little bit, but not much. So, you know, you pretty much just, you can have him in a, like I said, in a hovering pose, or you can have him, you know, just standing there, maybe firing off as one of his rockets or putting up his shield. Like I said, not a bad figure. It's a good looking figure, but overall, from head to toe, this is great. Okay, this right here is great. All right, But this right here is horrible. No waist. You have an upper thigh swivel that's right up in here. But it would have been great if he would have had like a boot cut or something like a toe hinge here on the feet, so he can get into some better poses, especially since this is supposed to be like the high quality Marvel Legends from, you know, the movies, because it's the Infinity Saga. But anyway, let's do a little size comparisons that, you know, with, so here we have Ironheart. As you can see, he stands a lot taller than Ironheart. And then you have Eight Ball. All right, let's get these guys out of here. Oh, sitting there with my hand in the way. I apologize. Then you have, here he is with Master Chief. Not bad. They fit in a good scale together. You know, I mean, Master Chief is huge anyway. So you have Master Chief. Here he is with Goliath, NECA's Goliath, which I don't have his wings or his tail on him, but there he is. Sorry. And then we have Master of the Universe Origins Trapjaw. Look how small they are. They're little ends. And then you have a Palace Guard. As you can see, the Master of the Universe Origins are a lot smaller than these Legend series figures. All right, everyone. So that is the review on the Marvel Legends series Iron Man Mark III, Marvel Studio, the Infinity Saga. Get a chance, pick them up. If you don't, you don't. I know they're coming out with some other ones. I don't think I'll be picking any more of these guys up. Yeah, it's just a disappointment with some of the stuff. They could have made them a little bit better, but for the price point, I guess, you know, Hasbro's going to do what they got to do. Yeah, he comes with some accessories, but I think he would have been a lot better with them. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. I'm sorry it was a little lengthy. I'm sorry I was off camera. I'm sorry about the blurriness. I appreciate everybody who is supporting the channel, everybody who has hung in there with me. Thank you so much. And please keep supporting. If you can, do me the favor, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And that helps YouTube's algorithm get these videos out. You know, the more you share them and comment and like. So thank you very much, and I will catch you all on the flippity flip.